is Damion Poe. I'm from Starkville, born and raised here. I'm an actor, writer, producer, director. I do it all. I'm affiliated with the Breakthrough Production Group. We're a group of young guys that all had a passion for acting, writing, and we decided we were going to jump out there and do it. We got tired of knocking on doors. We got tired of asking everybody for handouts, and we said we're going to get out there and do it ourselves. Since I was a little kid, I always had like a running story in my head, but I never actually wrote it. I got to in high school, I got into some creative writing type situations, but it was until I got to college where I was like, I'm gonna write this story, I'm gonna see what it does. And then, even then, I didn't let people read my work. I just wrote it, kept it closed. And then I ran into Quentin Alexander, and Quentin was like, hey, I'm doing this play, let's do this. And so we did his play, and he's like, let me see what you got. So I showed him what I had, and we went from there. We've been writing since.
So you guys are 2 plays in, and what are those plays?
Well, actually with 3. We have Behind Closed Doors, and we have Genesis. Those are the 2 that everybody knew of. Our very first play wasn't really big, but that was My Crazy Family, and that one was a pretty good play too.
Okay.
I have a lot of different inspirations. For me, it's just about telling the different stories from my perspective. All of us writers probably see the same situations or have the same situations around us, but we all see it from a different perspective. And my inspiration is just getting somebody else's story out there and hopefully helping somebody out in the long run. Mainly my growth has been confidence to be able to show people this and not be worried about what the naysayers are going to say. And that growth for me helped matured my writing because I wrote specifically from the heart versus being worried about what everybody around me had to say about what I was writing. Oh, it's definitely tough. You got people that'll go and pay a lot of money to see these big name writers, but we started and one of our shows was free, and we had a hard time getting people there. We still had about 200, but it's just not really support for it here. So we're not only working on our art, we're trying to build that support too. So it's really hard to get out there and get people interested just because they don't know it exists. The arts in Starkville are huge. There's so many different artists in Starkville, but it's all kind of kept underground because we don't get that support from the community. And Absolutely. It takes that support from the community to get us out there, and that's why we lose so much of our talent. We have our talent go to other places and become famous, and it's because Starkville's not giving them the love that we deserve. I think the hardest thing about doing what I do is keeping it real. You try to manipulate it a little bit to get people's satisfaction versus doing what you know you should do in the first place. So we fight with ourselves. There was a time I wrote something and we were sitting there, we were going over it, and Quint was like, I see where you're going, but you're beating around the bush. You got to hit it if you're going to hit it. So I hit it, and I was worried about hitting it, but it worked out. Okay. I think being more patient, I would critique that. I would make myself slow down because when I get finished with a script, I'm ready to run with it. And I need to slow down and focus on, okay, I need to get this cast ready. I need to do this. And that's something I learned. There's several people in my last production that helped me out a lot. There's Christina Gillespie, Jasmine Johnson, Asha Catlett. They all continuously, Ariel Terrell, they all continuously was like, look, slow down, think about it. We're going to get there. We just got to take it one day at a time. I have a crazy process. I'm a notes guy, so I'll be, anywhere it comes, I'll just jot down a note. I'll have Post-its, I'll have notes in my cell phone. I've even pulled over on the side of the road and jotted something on the back of a receipt. And once I have that idea, I'll write the beginning. I'll say, okay, this is what it's going to be about. This is how it's going to end. And typically I'll find that first character, that main character of the story, and I'll start with the first line from that main character, and I just write, and it just flows.
Okay.
I think for writers, we write based off of what we know. So I think all of us are like I said, we may have the same situations, but we're going to all write it differently just
Absolutely.
Because we're writing from our environment. We're writing from where we experienced this. We're like, as I experienced Starkville, my brother Shanquez experienced it a completely different way. Mm-hmm. So we all write individually from where we're from. So I don't say I can necessarily compare myself to anybody, but there's I would love to be the next Spike Lee, Tyler Perry, August Wilson, and they all have very different styles. It's just based on where they're from, how they experience life.
Okay.
There's Tyler Perry, because he's the most modern person that we know that's doing it. But there's also Lorraine Hansberry. She was famous for A Raisin in the Sun. There's, like I said, August Wilson. There's Spike Lee, and then there's Steven Spielberg. I can go on about the different people. I like to pull things from certain people. Spike Lee has certain signatures that he used in all of his films. I try to use I create my own signatures for all of my films. Tyler Perry has specific character types based on where he came from, who he is, and I try to do the same thing. Like, there may be somebody in Dollar General, the crazy lady that works in Dollar General, she's going to be there. There's the crazy woman walking downtown all the time. She's going to be there just because that's what I know.
So basically, you just soak up your entire environment and just put it on paper, and that's where your creative style comes from.
Definitely.
It's pretty sporadic.
Yeah,
you know?
it's Starkle, and that's Starkle. Starkle is very diverse, and that's where I get my work from. Creative scene is awesome, man. There are so many talented people here, but like I said, we're underground because we're not getting that support. Like, just from doing those 3 plays, we have people coming every day from every direction, like, hey, let's do this, let's do this. So it's here, it's all here. We got the singers, we got the dancers, we got the writers. Everybody's just kind of like, okay, when am I going to get my chance to shine? Because nobody gives Starkville that credit.
That impatience.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I'm a go-getter. I'm going to jump out there and do it. And that's pretty much all of the breakthrough. That's why we became the breakthrough, because we were all the go-getters, and we're like, we're going to get out here and do it. There's a lot of people out here that want to do it for the fame or want to do it for the money. And we want to do it because this is what we want to do, and we want to take all of the Mississippi talent we can find along the road with us.
okay.
Well, I have Genesis Part 2. It's a Genesis Vacation. I have I Rise. It's something for the ladies. It's about overcoming the different abusive relationships. I'm working on a children's play called Ellie's Great Escape. And we're also working on, Ariel has The Lost Bees coming. It's a mini-series. Ty has The Den coming up, and Quint also has Part 2 of Behind Closed Doors coming.
How can people reach out to you if they want to, be involved with what you got going on?
Oh, we're on Facebook, facebook.com/The Breakthrough. Our webpage is going up tomorrow. It's My Breakthrough Arts, and Instagram as well, The Breakthrough.
Okay.
Big picture, I want to own major production studio here in the South. I want to continue over my lifetime using local Southern talent, because you don't see many Southern actors making it big. I also want to open a art school. There's not many African American school for the arts in the South. I want to do that. There's so many dreams. We have a huge drawn out idea of what we want the Breakthrough Productions to be. We have our film studios, we have our stages, we have our music schools, we have our dance rooms. It's just one major building for the arts here in Starkville.
So,
oh man, I gotta work with Cicely Tyson. That's one of my biggest goals, to work with Cicely Tyson. Directors, it's so hard to choose one. Probably Spike Lee, just because he keeps it real.
yeah, absolutely.
Alrighty, man. Look, if you're out there and you got the talent, call me. If you want to develop that talent, call me, because we're out here to not only make it for ourselves, we're out here to make it for you guys too. We want you guys to make it along with us. It's not about me making it, it's about how many people I can get out there. And if you want to write, do it. Don't let anybody tell you your passion isn't passionate enough. And then I got to shout out The Breakthrough. Ariel Terrell Coco, she's an amazing videographer, amazing writer. Cupid Alexander, he is an amazing writer, amazing actor, amazing director. Ty Davis is our guy. He's our HR guy, he's our go-to guy, and he is also an amazing actor and amazing writer. The Breakthrough is coming, and you can either get on that road with us, or you can be like, dang, I knew them.
So you guys heard it here first. first sit down interview with Damion Poe, screenwriter. So get with him now before he blows up. Goes on out.